Welcome. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is all of the news that you need. Start here on this day in history, 1950. 11 men steal more than $2 million, $29 million in today's dosh, from the Brinks in Boston, Massachusetts. It was the perfect crime, almost. As the culprits weren't caught until somebody started talking in January 1956, just days before the statute of limitations for the theft expired on this day in 1950. Let's get to your fader fact. The most venomous jellyfish in the world is the Irukandji. They're smaller than your fingernail, and their venom is 100 times more potent than a cobra's. This big, little teeny tiny. Yeah, you can't even see them coming. Let's get to the breaking news. Lots of breaking news today. Archaeologists in Norway. By the way, today we've got lots of Norway news. Archaeologists in Norway said today that they have found a rune stone, which they say is the world's oldest, and that the inscriptions are up to 2,000 years old and date back to the earliest days of runic writing. Measuring just 31 centimeters by 32 centimeters, about 12 inches by 12 inches, the stone has several types of inscriptions, and not all make linguistic sense. 8 runes on the front of the stone read Idaberg. That's right, Idaberg, which could mean the name of a woman. They don't know. It could be a man or it could be a family. The rune stone will be exhibited for a month starting January 21st at the Museum of Cultural History, which is Norway's largest collection of historical artifacts from the Stone Age all the way through to modern times. Now, in other Norway news, the Norwegian police unit that investigates war crimes said today that it wants to talk to Andrei Medvedev, a Russian asylum seeker who is a former high-ranking member of the private Russian military contractor, the Wagner Group. Last week, Medvedev, who says he fears for his life, fled to Norway where he sought asylum, and police in Arctic Norway said a person had illegally entered from Russia by crossing the border, which is about 123 miles long. The last guy that left Wagner, killed, sledgehammer to the head, public execution on a live video stream. He doesn't want that. The massive, The massive volcanic blast in the Pacific last year was felt 18,000 kilometers away on the other side of the world, on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. The eruption of the Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai on January 15th, 2022, sent pressure waves through Earth's atmosphere that connected with the sea surface and triggered 50 highly sensitive seismometers placed 5,000 meters under the ocean on the seabed in the Azores, Madeira, Canary Islands region. Scientists led from the University of London had set up the stations primarily to detect earthquakes. Yeah, it's freezing here. It's freezing. I can't concentrate. It is so cold. The mayor of Amiens in northern France has asked Madonna, yes, that Madonna, to lend the city a painting as it seeks to become the European capital of culture. Now, the painting in question, and I've seen it, it's different. The painting in question is Diana and Endymion by Jérôme Martin Langlois, which was commissioned by Louis XVIII and had been on display in Amiens. However, it was thought to have been destroyed when the city was bombed by Germany in 1918. Painting just disappeared, right? Or did it? The painting, or one almost identical to it, went on sale at auction in New York in 1989, and Madonna forked over $1.3 million for it. It's hanging in her house. They kind of want it back. They're saying, no, you got it legally, but can you lend it to us? We'll see what happens. A staggering 10-month absence of snow in New York City has made the ongoing streak the fourth longest since record-keeping began. The National Weather Service's Central Park Climate Station has not registered 1/10 of an inch of accumulation, the threshold of measurable snowfall, in 313 days through yesterday, January 16th, 2023, trailing only three streaks, one of 319 days, one of 320 days, and one of 332 days. For the current stretch to break the record, Central Park would have to remain without measurable snow until February 4th next month. Oh, some of the biggest news of the year just broke today, and that's because In-N-Out Burger is finally coming east of the Mississippi River. That's right. The California-based burger chain, the best burger in the world, which has been concentrated primarily out here in the West since its founding more than 70 years ago, announced it will open restaurants in Tennessee, the furthest expansion east in the company's history. In-N-Out is expected to launch locations around the Nashville area by 2026, as well as opening brand new, fresh corporate offices in the state. Those are breaking ground next year. There are currently 385 locations throughout California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Texas, Oregon, and Colorado. It's our thing. It's our little thing. It feels strange going nationwide. I like the mystery. Reality TV stars Todd and Julie Crisley are now in the custody of federal prison officials. The couple, who last month were sentenced to prison for fraud and tax crimes, reported to their assigned prisons in Florida and Kentucky. Todd Crisley is serving 12 years at FPC Pensacola, minimum security facility in Pensacola, Florida. Julie Crisley is serving her 7-year sentence at FMC Lexington in Kentucky. Now, Crisley knows best. It's a show I've never seen. All right? I got to be transparent. Never seen it. Don't know anything about these two. It debuted in 2014 on the USA Network, right? A shortened 10 seasons. A shortened 10th season is scheduled to air later on this year. But here's the deal. How do you have a successful TV show with a 10-season run, which is nearly impossible to do in Hollywood? It's just a fact. How do you screw that up with tax fraud? Absolutely incredible. All right. Now I'm going to leave you with this. The Tesla Model S. I had to do some Elon news today. I cannot do the news without Elon. Now, here we go. That Tesla Model S that braked sharply and triggered an 8-car crash in San Francisco back in November's on Thanksgiving, by the way, had Tesla's driver assist software engaged at the time, according to data that the federal government released today. The Tesla Model S slowed down on the freeway to 7 miles per hour at the time of the crash. And according to the data, all of this was seen in a publicly released video showing the car moving to the far left lane and slamming on its brakes. The Tesla driver told authorities at the time that the vehicle's full self-driving software braked unexpectedly and triggered the pileup on Thanksgiving Day. And that's what you think. You're going to blame it on the car, right? You know it's your fault, but you're just going to blame it on the car. Well, it turns out with the data, the driver was telling the truth. And here's the spin. The pileup took place hours after Elon Musk announced that its full self-driving driver assist system was available to anyone in North America who requested it and had paid for the option. There you go. That's your Fade to Black breaking news. All of the news that you need for this Thursday. Or did I say Thursday again? Keep saying Thursday. Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. I'm Jimmy Church. Breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. And with that, I'm just going to say, go Backley Tappy.